Hey everybody, this is Brian Boer with Modern Day Computers, and today I am going to do something that is kind of eh, no big deal, but I figured why not show the world how to upgrade a Mac Mini to, well, mainly upgrade the RAM to a Mac Mini using non-Mac certified RAM. So I also have with me Brad of Tech Webcast and Jacob Jones. How
Hey,
you
what's
guys
up,
doing
Brian?
tonight?
Good, mate. How you going?
I am tired. It is election day, so we got lots of races going on. And I
Well,
voted an hour ago, so
hey, what
I'm
happens if you don't
awesome.
vote over there? Do you get a fine? What happens?
No, you just accept, the status quo. You know,
Oh, okay.
they're not expecting a big turnout, like I don't know, 25% turnout. If this is a midterm election, so we're not voting for president or anything.
Oh, okay.
From my state, we voted for a new governor. Uh, let's see, and then a few judges, which was kind of stupid because some of them ran against themselves,
Huh.
so they're gonna win. Um, Attorney general, one of the big, but to the south of me in Kentucky, where I work, they're uh, having a big race for a Senate seat. That then the incumbent has been there for 30 years, so it'd be amazing if he gets voted out. Yeah, and I also voted against my representative because I don't like him. But that's another story. So I bought separately uh, two 8 gig chips from Newegg, and if you're wondering why I did that, is because mainly I got uh, a good deal with ShopRunner, which is equivalent to Amazon Prime, where you get the 2-day free shipping. And if I bought 3 items on my uh, trial program, they give me a free year. So by separating this into two, plus the Reds jersey I bought back in April, that counted as a three. So it's all good. So let's see, I bought Team, and it's 8 gigabytes, 1600 uh, speed, DDR3. I bought this for basically $63 for two of them. Whereas if I bought them, as a group, they would have cost me 145. So I saved some money right there.
Oh my.
And the interesting thing is that they next day they shot up to $72. Or yeah, $73. So I lucked out by a day. So let's see, we got my it's just my receipt packing list, no big deal. So we have the 2012 edition, uh, bottom of the line Mac Mini. This is the last version of the Mac Mini that you could upgrade the RAM by yourself. The new model, the 2014 model, is not upgradable. After you buy it, if you want to upgrade the RAM, you have to get it through Apple's website, and they give you 4 gigabytes at first. But if you want to go to 8 gigabytes, it'll cost you what is it, $100. And if you want to go to 16, they'll charge you $300. And what makes it so expensive, well, for them, is that they solder it in. So whereas mine is, I can swap mine in and out all I want. I guess they were missing out on all the sales that people would, get these machines for, at the time $600. I bought mine for $400. Thank you, Best Buy. and they upgrade the hard drive and RAM internally, and of course Apple's missing out on that. That's why they made cases for the iPhones. So one of the nice things is that, let's see, let me
Just
give you
mention
a little.
where I got my RAM too. I actually upgraded my RAM too, Brian. Can I just mention where I got my RAM too from, mate?
Sure.
I just want to mention a website called City RAM where I got my RAM from. I got two 8 gig sticks from City RAM, which is pretty cool. And bring up the website here. This is an Australian website, so if you're after some good RAM for a Mac computer or any computer, just check out this website here.
That's very cool.
Very easy to choose the RAM, that sort of thing, and you can do
Yeah.
pretty cool.
Now the big difference between what you bought and what I bought, mine is just regular laptop memory,
Yeah, this is the
which
funny thing. I really hope this is going to work because I thought you need a particular sort of RAM for the Mac Mini, but I don't know. Maybe I was
because
wrong.
this is
Maybe I was
the
wrong.
2009 version. I upgraded this to 4 gigs. I bought Crucial RAM, and I have to look at it, but I didn't buy it specifically because it said Mac. It was all it says on the website is DDR 1600. In this case, it was DDR2. Whatever the number is, like 1080 or something. But
Mm.
I just bought it and I installed it, and we'll give you a history lesson. This one is considered non-upgradable. There are no Apple intentionally made it, very hard to try to get into. You have to use a paint scraper to get in between here, to push down the plastic clips that, this part holds to the rim. So I had to do, stick it in and wait for clicks and then pull it out. I was able to do that. So essentially I avoided my warranty. But hey, it still works. It's 5 years later. But I wanted to get a new Mac Mini, for the, get some new hardware, and I got a good price on it, so got it for $400, and but the neat thing is that I believe it was as soon as they got rid of the CD tray, because this one does not have a CD tray whatsoever. Oops, no, I'm just kidding. Uh, if you've seen, I'm referring to my joke of me dropping my Galaxy Note 4 a few weeks ago, which you can find on YouTube. But one of the things that they decided to do, which was weird which was awesome at the time, but now is considered like most Macs today, most of the parts are not upgradable post purchase. So because they want, for one thing, they want the speed, and also they want to really lock you into their ecosystem. If you want to upgrade, you're going to pay for it. So this is the last time that they allowed you to, upgrade, because they're missing out on all themselves. I mean, Tim Cook has to get another diamond-studded swimming pool and solid gold Humvee,
Oh.
as stated from Weird Al Yankovic. So, but it was really easy to take off the bottom here. I mean, it's just a twist and unlock. So they give you, the RAM is right there. That's
Yep.
how easy it was.
It's very easy.
And so this right here is 4 gigabytes total. So two chips together, and we'll give the kind of a this is the wireless antenna, power supply. Yeah, that's the neat thing about the new Mac. Well, the 2012 Mac. I mean, I haven't seen the new one, but I assume it's the same thing. They put the power supply inside the Mac Mini this time, rather than giving you that brick. Processor fan, and if I dig deeper, I can get to the hard drive, and apparently you can put another hard drive in here. But I
Yeah, you can.
didn't do that right now because I have a 500 gig on here, so
Hey, is that
I
very
don't.
hard to do, Brian? Is that very hard to do? By putting
Uh,
up a hard drive in?
I don't think so because it's one of the.
Like this, like a laptop.
I think it's probably underneath here,
I think it is, yeah.
underneath the
I think
wireless antenna. I'm not sure. I have to look at it, but pretty. But they made it fairly easy, except for that these take torque screws to dismantle and stuff. So that's one barrier to entry. But you can get torque screwdrivers from your local hardware store. So let's see. Let's hope that my purchase actually works. So this is Team Group, which on Newegg.com they had like 8 reviews, and 7 of them were positive. The other one was a complaint because apparently the guy left it in his drawer for 30 days, and I guess they arrived damaged, or else they rotted or something. I don't know. I hope that's not the case for me. So I'm going to take it out. 8 gigabytes, DDR3, 1600. Little instruction booklet. Man. It gives you all the different products and stuff, and tells you how to install it. I already know how to install it. Multiple languages, big deal. Just more waste. Yeah. So if you upgraded laptops before, it's the same thing. You just pull the clips on the side, and it'll pop right up. So, and this is a zero force removal. No, not so much as compared to like with a processor, but they do pop up, and all you have to do is just pull them out. So that's 2 gigabytes right there. So they're both out. So I'll show you. No, there's no memory in here. So let's compare it just in case. They look like they line up to me. So unless the only other thing I can think of is that the back of the old chips doesn't have the little memory modules where this does on both sides. So let's find out. I put that right there. Push it down. Lock it in. It fits.
Yep. It's very easy.
So we try the other one. And again, if you're just joining us, I am upgrading my Mac Mini to 16 gigabytes, the max amount of RAM that the 2012 version, the lowest model, which is not as bad, the one that sold for $600 now that I bought for $400. So I'm just putting it into the second, if I can find it. Okay, in, locks in. I'm not too certain. Take it out. Okay, put that in. Clicky. And we have two 16 or two 8 gig cartridge or RAM chips in there. That's the max it'll only hold two uh, chips in there. So, and the max that you can put in is 16 gigabytes. So, you know, from here on out, I can't do it anymore. So then we just take the cover, and they have a little white dot on the top, as you can see. I just match it up with the bottom of the Mac, trying to, and we lock in place. Well, nothing shakes, so let's hook this puppy up.
Let it shake, rattle, and roll.
Yep.
No, we're not going to shake, rattle, and
Check,
roll.
when you turn it on, mate, just click on the Apple logo and then click on About This Mac and then click on Memory and it should tell you two 8 gig sticks in there, mate. If it doesn't show on there, it means it's the wrong RAM.
It wouldn't boot.
Let's see.
It won't boot.
If you had the wrong DIMMs in there.
But I'm sure it's the right ones.
You know, the Apple website, said 1600 SODIMM DDR3. So this is what it is. Plug in the power. And let's see, let's save that. Let's see. Get my trackpad. One of the other cool things is, I recently bought a splitter that, it's to a VGA, but the VGA cable, to the computer, also carries USB. So I just plug in the USB and it'll recognize my keyboard and mouse on my desk. So I can just swap it back out, and it did work before. I can't imagine why it wouldn't work again. The only downside I see with this new Mac Mini is the removal. Is that they took out one USB port compared to the 2009 version. So they probably did that, in subsequent models since 2009. But I'm not one of those Mac people that upgrades every year. I just don't have the money to do that. Let's see. I'm just looking for other cables that I may. Let's see. USB, micro USB. I don't need that. And let's see, what is this? This is 32 ports, so I can charge my iPad. Yes, I still have an iPad third generation, though Brad has the new iPad 2, Air 2, where it's incredibly fast and, it's the greatest thing since sliced bread. And
oh yeah, definitely.
He can't imagine his life without it anymore.
That's true.
And he laughs at all the other people who don't want to get it. See, he's laughing at you. He's one of the few million people that actually decided to upgrade, and yet most of us, I choose not to upgrade because I don't have the need to do it. I don't, I didn't stress out my iPad enough to, worry about the gaming and stuff. It runs Minecraft, so I'm fine with that. Okay. Let's see. Let's turn the... I have too much stuff. One of the downsides of being a computer geek. Pillowcase I use to protect from scratches. Okay. So move that over. Too many cables in the back too. All right. Moment of truth. I didn't hear the ding. I see an Apple logo. It's doing something. It's thinking. And let's just point out that if this works out, this will make Brad very upset that he just overspent money, of which I will laugh at him. Must be reading the RAM. It's climbing. There it goes. This is not on a. Oh, shoot. Sorry. This is how to focus. This is focusing on the fan. It's booting everything up.
There you go.
There's, what is that? Launchpad?
It's Launchpad, yep.
This Mac.
This is on the newest version of the operating system, Brian?
Yes, this is Yosemite.
Oh, yeah, cool.
You can't see that. And there it is.
There it is. Cool, mate.
16 gigs.
Nice one. Good on you.
It reads it.
Good on you. Good on you. Hopefully this is going to be hopefully you're going to be using the Mac more now.
I'd like to. You know.
You should give it a go for use it for a month and see how you go. Give it a trial run for a couple of weeks maybe.
Yeah, I've used it enough that I'm familiar with it. It's just that most cases, for me, I work with PCs all day. I build PCs at work. So.
That's fair enough.
But Chrome works and it's fast and it's speedy and it follows my. I love this trackpad. Just be able to.
Yeah, I'm thinking I might get one of them. What are they like? Are they any good?
Yeah, I preferred this over the mouse because then I can put it down and it won't move. Yeah.
Okay.
I mean, the only thing is that it has the click button, and but it's just like a regular one button mouse. So.
Okay.
But I think, let's see, if you touch down here, it's like right click, left click, but I think I have to configure that.
Yeah, I think you
So
do.
let's see, display, storage, memory. Your Mac contains 2 memory slots, each of which accepts a 1600 megahertz DDR3 memory module. Thank you. $125 saved, $175 compared to going with Apple. Of course, I only bought this last week, so technically I couldn't buy it from Apple. So it recognizes it. This is regular laptop RAM. So, and the reason why I didn't go for the Mac labeled stuff is, just because they put the Mac words on it, and that gave them an excuse to charge more. So I didn't fall into that trap. So I bought regular laptop memory.
The question is, this is the big question. How long will that RAM gonna last you for? That is the question.
I don't know, but
question, because it could last you for 2 days, it could last you for a week, a year, a month.
True, but I put 4 gig, same stuff in here. I upgraded
definitely
a year later, and that was 2010, and it's still going strong. I'll find a space to hook it up. It's still strong. It runs Yosemite, so I don't
Uh-huh.
intend to get rid of it. It's one of those things of
Have you
later.
seen the iMore, the guy from iMore, the Rene Ritchie? Have you seen his background when he's in video when he does videos? You know Rene Ritchie
Oh
from
yeah,
iMore?
he did. Yeah, he's on Mac Break Weekly.
Yeah. Have you
Yeah.
seen his backdrop there? All these different devices that he's got.
No, I'll listen to the podcast, that they did today, mainly because I'm at work, so when they're doing it, I can't watch.
Have you seen it, Jacob? His backdrop. You should have a look at it when you get a chance. You have a look at it. It's unbelievable.
Is it like a green screen type thing?
No. He's got a shelf behind him. He's got all different iPads from the old one.
Kind of like
iPad.
what Leo Laporte does with his radio show, with his cabinet full of old stuff like the old
Yeah.
iPod.
Yeah.
And,
Mm.
see, that's what I would like to have. I have a Nintendo. I mean, look, let me just show you what. I mean, if you look at that underneath, my Xbox. There's right here my PS3.
Jesus
Uh,
Christ.
is my GameCube, and if you see underneath that fan right there is my regular Nintendo. So, and all this junk. And if you're wondering what all this is, I did a show, like a month ago with uh, Jacob. I took apart my old uh, um, Pentium 2 computer. This, now, if you've seen the video of me dropping my Note 4, this is what hit. So this is what bounced off of. So it's plastic on the top, except for right here. So, but just a metal case. So that was a fun time. Maybe I'll put it back together and make a Linux server out of it or something. I don't know. It's one of those things that it's kind of fun to have around, because then you can eventually do a history lesson of computers, and I can do that with the Mac to a certain degree. This is only my third Mac that I've ever owned. I never owned any Macs prior to when they switched to Intel chips. My first Mac was a MacBook Pro 17-inch from early 2008. So
So
that
yeah,
was
so you are an Apple fan then, Brian. You've got all these. You say yeah. You don't dislike Apple. You got all these Apple products. So you're gonna
yeah.
have that.
I
Apple
enjoy
fan.
it. I it's just they're so damn expensive.
I won't
But
mention any. I won't mention any names on this podcast. But let's just say he's very on Android. Doesn't like Android.
oh yeah, so and so won't touch Android just because he's seen it in the store, and you never really get a hands-on feel because it's too plasticky.
Yeah.
You know, even if it shoots 4K video, he'll still say it's junk. And if he's watching, he knows who he is.
What's your view on 4K video, Brian? What's your view on 4K?
As of right now, I have no use for it because I have no 4K monitor.
Yes. Yes.
Um, it's I, I could get a 4K, but the problem is that most of the stuff I have doesn't broadcast in 4K. So it's like,
Exactly.
what am I spending this on? I have a 1080p 40-inch TV that I use as my primary monitor that you can see reflecting off of my glasses.
Mm.
You know, that that suffices for me for now. In the monitors, when I'm that my camera's on top, and the one that my Mac, those are 22-inch Acers. So those aren't 1080p or anything because I bought those in 2008. I wasn't worried about it, but it's like you know, but 4K is it's a new technology. Netflix is streaming it for $3 more, and but none of the regular stations broadcast in 4K
Exactly.
yet, because it took them so long to get them to do 1080p. It's going to take them just as
It
long
hasn't
to.
even, it hasn't even
Uh,
taken here yet. The Kogan's selling 4K TVs, but there's
yeah,
no point buying a 4K TV because there's no content to watch it on. There's no content.
yeah, until the local stations start broadcasting that, you know, that'd be awesome.
And that
But
won't be fixed
the
by
other problem
that
is
won't
that
happen. That won't happen
basically
for
to me 4K is four times the 1080 spectrum, though it's like I don't know 3,000 or something. So it's almost it's a weird ratio type thing, but I guess you have like four 1080p screens on the uh, on one screen, which is cool. But it's like I'm not in any desperate to buy it right now. I've seen it, and it's like I was at Best Buy and I was like, oh okay. Well, I didn't have. Of course, at the time I had my sunglasses on, and they're polarized, so that was so if you ever looked through polarized sunglasses, you can't see the monitor right. So I have to tilt my head like this in order to see it because the light, if I hold it like this, the light is canceled out. It's actually a kind of neat effect. But 4K, the Mac Pro can do it. Apple just came out with their 5K, which is kind of a marketing thing. And for $2,500, ooh, it's good for a specific audience like photographers and videographers who want the detail of it. But as for me, it's like, well, what the hell am I going to do with it? You know, I play World of Warcraft. I don't need to see every wrinkle of the uh, characters I'm playing or who I'm beating the snot out of. Plus, plus when it comes to the internet, 4K, basically four times the bandwidth. So in a lot of places, like me, I only get 10 down, 10 megabytes down, 1 megabyte up. That's the way my dad purchased the package, and that's fine. My signal is working just well at 1 megabyte or 1 megabit per second upload. That's fine. Uh, but eventually it'll come to a point where 4K, they'll expand hopefully we can only hope that the bandwidth will be expanded, that 4K will be easily broadcastable on the internet. You can watch it all you want, and it'll only take up a certain amount. So time will tell. We have a while for that. So, but as of right now, and my Mac just went to sleep. I gotta fix it. Come on. Okay, there we go. And so, but but we've gone off a little bit off topic, but it's kind of fun. But yeah, as of right now, the Mac Minis can't do 4K. You have the 5K Retina iMac, which is $2,500. I don't want to get an iMac because it's essentially a monitor with a computer in it, and I can't fit that on my desk. So, besides, I like my 40-inch. I'd like to get bigger. If you'd like to donate money to me, but you know, I like the Mac Mini because it it's just the computer. I don't have to work. I can hook up any monitor I want. I can hook up any keyboard I want. I'm not bound to the trackpad only. I that uh, KVM that I just showed you. That is working too. So I'm able to move around and stuff. So that's about it. That's all I can really think of. So we upgraded a Mac to 16 gigabytes of memory, and it works, and Mac accepts it and sees it. And I spent $125 for it. Thank you, Newegg. So I want to thank Brad and Jacob, who hasn't said much lately.
Thanks, mate. Enjoy your new RAM.
Yeah, I'm gonna try out World of
Noises
Warcraft
going on
and
here.
huh?
I'm working on another OS, so I didn't want to bother your broadcast.
That's awesome. Thank you. Okay, well, thank Brad and Jacob, and Brad, where can they find you at?
Techwebcast.info.
How about Twitter?
Brad, I was in a Tech Webcast.
Okay, and that's BRADAUS, not OZ.
BRADAUS, that's correct, yep. BRADA.
It's your accent that like when you say Brad Oz, some people might think, oh, BRADOZ. Just like you can't like the time you asked the guy if he enjoyed watching hardcore Pawn, and he responded back hesitantly. That was a funny time. Because you can't say Pawn. Try it.
Porn. Hardcore porn.
See? There you go.
That's it.
So if you say hardcore Pawn, you
Australian
say...
accent.
Yeah, that's what made it funny.
Hey, it sounds like hardcore porn.
That's the whole idea.
Have you checked out her radio show yet, Jacob? Have you listened to her show, her radio show?
No.
Pretty good. Check it out.
The one lady on the show?
Yeah, she does a radio show each week called Ashley. I can't remember Ashley, her name.
I don't see them much on TV. I wonder if they're still around.
I think they're still around.
Of course, I'm not really a big fan of them because for the fact that most of the show, it's people coming in and they are just cussing their mouths off, wanting money, and I'm just waiting for one of them.
That's what's good. That's what's funny about it. That's what I love about the show. They come in.
To me, that's just. But that's also, you have to understand, this is Detroit too, so you get the type of stuff happening. Apparently,
that's one place I want to go to if I go to Australia. If I ever go to America, is Detroit.
You know that Detroit declared bankruptcy, right?
No, I didn't know that.
They're the first American town to declare bankruptcy. They're in a shithole. I'm going to tell you that. So, and if anything, don't go out at night. So.
I just want to go. The only place I'll be on is that store. That's about it.
That's if they're still in business.
They are. They're trusting it.
I mean, I hope it never happens, but I'm just waiting to hear a report of one of them getting shot, in the store during filming. So, I don't want to see it happen, but with the way that some of those people come in, it's like almost anything can happen. That's scary.
But I don't think they would have. I don't think they would film that though, wouldn't they? I don't think they would put that on TV.
Yeah, you never know. That's how much. It all depends on how much they really, really want the rating.
If that happened, they probably would shut the show down for good.
Oh yeah, they probably would. I mean, I don't think canceled Honey Boo Boo.
The hell is
You
that
know,
show?
because
Hey, she turned into Honey Doo Doo.
okay, that's it's canceled. It's gone. Thank God. So, and we're getting sidetracked anyway. But but if anything, I like regular Pawn Stars because the guy Rick, you know,
That's a good
he
show.
doesn't argue with people like, yeah, no, you are not going to do this. And it's like, they make fun of him, like his many ways of negotiating. Uh, um, and they're making fun of all his facial expressions. So and it gets kind of fun to watch, because no one comes in demanding money, but that's another show. So I want to thank you, Brad. I want to thank you,
Comment.
Jacob, and the my Mac works. It's awesome, like all Macs are. Hopefully, it'll last me as long as my other one did. For another 5 years. You know, maybe if I'm lucky, my 2009 model will run the next version of
Oh
whatever
yeah.
Mac OS. That'd be amazing. I was impressed that Yosemite would work on the 2009 Mac Mini. But this probably could be the last update sort, which is not a total big deal. I was expecting that to happen. So I want to thank you for watching and everything, and I gotta switching back my mouse cursor so I can turn off this show. So I want to thank you for watching and subscribe. Oh, I forgot, Jacob. Where can they find you?
Jazzbot32669 on Twitter.
Okay, that's Jazz JAZ 1Z.
Yes.
So, and you can find me at you can go to the Modern Day Computers website, which unfortunately I don't work as much. I'm sorry. I have another job. But if you really want to find me on Facebook at Brian Boer. It's spelled just as you see it. Twitter, same way, and Google Plus, which is my primary social network, which I share everything out to the rest. It is, see, plus.google.com/plus Brian Boer 1. Google made me put the 1 on the end. I'm sorry. I hate you, Google. What? What did I just say? Uh, but it is 7:30. Well, almost there. So I want to thank you for watching, and I'm gonna have some fun with my Speedy Mac Mini, and so rest of you have fun and geek out. See you later.